sooner or later. What's up, Stu?
Hello, Jim. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks. I'm so excited to be back. Back is a good thing
Well, tell
most
me
of the
this: is
time.
it you came back to snow, right? Is it snowing down there? Snow and
It
cold.
is getting ready to snow.
Yeah,
So
we
it
we had a
is.
we have cold weather,
uh
18 degrees with a 8-degree wind chill. So
Really?
we're enjoying the day.
Okay. Well, the good news is that I got
We're
milk
in
and bread. So,
toilet paper.
yeah, well, I ordered toilet paper. We got like a year's worth of toilet paper 3 or 4 months ago. So it's, the whole attic is filled with toilet paper and what you call them, paper towels. And I got bread. I got stuff to make bread in the bread maker, and I've got
Mm,
milk and powdered milk. And so I'm good,
wow,
forever.
man, you are
Yeah.
prepping for like 2 inches of snow.
I've got a theory. Okay. I mean, I've got a real, and this is a legit theory. I think that the grocery stores actually can control the weather,
Mm,
and they're hooked into those things out that, all the conspiracy people talk about in Alaska. They got that big thing that they say is controlling the weather and stuff. I think that the grocery stores control this, and like their equivalent of Black Friday is snow days. Like the
mm.
whole, because remember, okay, think about this for a second. Okay. Remember when we were kids and a snow day, pretty much there had to be sled dogs out in the street before they would let you out for snow. Well, you don't know because you lived in Florida.
Right, right.
But it took an act of Congress and God to get a snow day. And then this stuff of like canceling school 3 days in advance. My principal used to go out the side door and go like, nah, the little rats will get home okay. It'll be all right. And then just go right back in.
Yeah,
So I'm just not 100% sure that this is the best way to handle it, but it is what it is. So
yeah, yeah.
we're
Well,
working.
we used to have no need for seat belts and smoking on airplanes. So I don't know. I don't know what's better, Jim.
I thought you were going to say no need for seatbelts and smoking on school buses. I thought that was what you were going to say. Um, but yeah, I guess. I guess. Anyway. So what are we talking about today, Stu? What's the plan? I had a major technical malfunction that I was able to fix, so I'm excited about that. I have down today that for the Jim and Stu show, what were we supposed to talk about? Today we were going to talk about order bumps. Order bumps, Stu. But I don't want to talk about order bumps.
You know what I'd like to talk about, Jim?
What's that?
I'd like to talk about what you accomplished while you're on vacation. All right, because every time you go on a vacation, you know, your brain settles down.
Uh-huh.
You get to thinking in the back burner. The back burner becomes front burner ideas, and you
Hmm.
ruminate on it a little bit. And next thing you
Yeah.
know, you got yourself a good idea.
Yeah. And I actually had several really good ideas. And I'm just going to be really rude right now. I know, in fact, this will let y'all know that this is totally unrehearsed. And you're like, well, then why the hell am I still here? So this is me talking right now. Okay. And I'm walking over to the Starbucks machine and I'm gonna finish making the coffee I was gonna make when the headset stopped working. Um, it's interesting, Stu. When I go on vacation, I actually had a long conversation about this with a friend about why I can get more stuff done, quote unquote, on vacation than when I'm at work, as far as creative stuff. And I actually figured it out this time. Would
Hmm.
you like to know the secret?
That that is why I'm here, Jim.
Okay. So I'm pushing the button on the Starbucks machine, but okay. Comes down to the E word, Stu. Expectations. expectation.
Mm.
Now, important word. I expect my coffee will be done here in just a minute. So, what does it take to actually get into a highly creative state and to do what you and I have referred to in the past as mental crockpot cooking, back burner cooking, subconscious mental cooking, all that good stuff, where you give your mind time to actually think about stuff instead of feeling like you have to ram it through and be instantly productive. And it comes
Well,
down to,
oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I thought you were
No, go ahead.
asking me that question.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say where some of my most productive thinking time happens on long car trips by
Uh-huh.
myself,
Uh-huh.
right? Where I'm just kind of forced to deal with what's going on in my brain.
Uh-huh.
Um, Sometimes I do it when I'm swimming laps,
Uh-huh.
right? Because I'm just kind of bored at looking this black line the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, there's multiple after workouts. I come back to my office and I'm in a zone.
Yeah.
Those are all like my productive thinking hours, I would say,
Okay.
and how I get into
And
them.
okay. Let me ask a quick question because I had to switch to a different browser. Does my thing look correct? It's not
Yeah.
mirrored to you or anything. It looks good. Okay. So one of the things that I have found is that I can be more creative as I am able to remove distraction. That's what I thought it was. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like I'm here, right? And I'm in my little happy place, but there's all these layers of stuff going on between me and this amazing idea or this problem that I want to solve or the solution I want to get to or whatever. And you can peel away the layers of distraction, like maybe it's physical. Okay, maybe it's something in your environment. There are kids screaming or things happening around you. But then again, I don't know if that's true because I can go into a busy coffee shop where people I don't know are running their yaps and talking in a foreign language and other stuff, and I can be instantly very creative. Maybe it's time, time of day. Maybe it's, am I better at creative thinking first thing in the morning? Well, I think it's first thing in the morning.
Me
But
too.
yet, whilst on vacation, 4,000 miles away, I had some of my most creative time at the time when I typically claim I am at my worst,
Hmm.
meaning between 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock at night. If I would tell you that is my crappiest time for being creative. Yet while I was gone, I did some amazing stuff. And so what I realized, at least for me, and what's up, Tanya Taylor? Um, Sent you an email, by the way, through via Nancy. Make sure you get back with me, Tanya. Um, I realized something, that the reason why I'm super creative from like 5 to 7 a.m. is because there's no expectation on my part that anyone should expect to hear from me or
Hmm.
reasonably expect me to respond to anything. So think about this. So
Yeah.
I'm in Aruba. I'm on vacation, even though my vacation every single day was literally walking my wife a mile to the casino and then sitting in the Juan Valdez Cafe for up to 8 hours nonstop with like 2 potty breaks, begging the ladies behind the counter to watch my computer so I didn't have to break it down, and sitting there and create and finishing 3 projects that I hadn't been able to get done for the last 3 months. That was my vacation, was sitting there. And you know what? I loved every minute of it, because it's like I told Terry, I'm gonna go, I got some experiments I want to do. And she's like, "Are you working?" Nope. I'm experimenting. No, I'm experimenting. I'm just messing around with some stuff. I'm testing some stuff. And what I realized is that what really affects my ability to be creative, my ability to get into the zone, is it's all internal, which shouldn't be any, but the it shouldn't be
Surprise.
any
Yeah.
surprise, but the internal bugaboo is the expectation that I shouldn't be doing this, that I shouldn't be reading this book and devouring it in order to make it a part of my mental wiring now. It's that I can't be working on this genie because I need to check my email, or I need to be doing this because so and so's expecting to hear from me. And yet and here's the thing though, it's kind of like, I remember vividly, I was sitting in my dorm room in 1986 or 87. I don't remember. I think it was 86. And I was fine. I was doing great. I was just sitting there studying, doing my thing. All of a sudden, there's a pounding on the door, flies open. My buddy Cranston comes in. He screams, "Turn on the TV, turn on the TV." And in the last 10 minutes, the Challenger had blown up. And everybody was all freaked out that the space shuttle had blown up. But until I knew that the space shuttle had blown up, it didn't bother me. In other words, until you have an expectation that something else should be taking away your attention from your deep thought, there's no reason not to have the deep thought. And so I know this is getting kind of weird, but I did want to talk to you about this, and y'all pipe in whether this makes sense or not. But it's not the external expectation. It's not somebody's waiting for me. It's not somebody sent me an email and they're waiting for a response. It's not this and that and all the other stuff. It's your expectation that there's something else out there that you should be doing because someone expects that you should be able to, that you should be doing it. And maybe I'm not explaining it
No,
the right
I,
way.
I got a good way to explain that. I'll bring this home
Okay.
for you, Jim.
Please do.
All right. So here's what I do. I don't even make appointments with anybody ever, whether it's a doctor's appointment, a call, or whatever, until after lunch. Because I know between 7:30 when I get home from morning workout and until noon, I am at my best at creating things and just
Mhm.
getting things done creatively, right? Articles and newsletters and videos and live Q&As, podcasts, whatever those are. And then after lunch, I'm be honest with you, I'm kind of tapped out. Like my
Yeah.
brain is like, whew, I got like 2 podcasts done and a newsletter and an article. I'm kind of fried. All my social media posts checked, right? So now I have to take a little lunch break, come back, and I'm hitting all the things that I know I need to hit. Answer emails, process orders, all the admin side of the business. And for me, I've been doing that for 25 years now. It works. It works very well for who I am. Now, I will say this, as I've been on vacation and I didn't have those other expectations of me, I agree
Hmm.
with you. I have spent, I locked myself in a room for a week, didn't do anything, and, worked on a book 10 hours a day.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely. You can do that for sure. But yeah, you're right. If you can square away those expectations of yourself and of others, you can get things done. So,
Yeah.
so hope that
And
helps.
no, and so that brings me kind of to the definite decision that I had made. My life has sort of been organized this way pretty much, but then I make all kinds of exceptions and stuff. And what I realized is that I'm now saying the only exception to this rule is going to be what we're doing right now. But Monday through Friday, nobody should have any expectation, including my internal staff.
Hmm.
And I've already talked to them about this, so they're like, this isn't like some big bombshell or anything. But nobody should have any expectation of hearing from me before 11 o'clock. Now that doesn't mean I'm turning into some, bohemian millennial sleeping in and staying up playing Xbox all night and stuff like that. But this is basically my plan is to be at my desk by 8:30, and a lot's happened before 8:30. By the way,
Oh, sure.
there's been
Yeah.
working out, meditation, all that good stuff. But so from 8:30 to 11, I should be able to do the deep work that I need to do in order to be able to contribute value to the world and know that I'm because I don't want to lose what it's kind of like you go on vacation, you get all squared away on stuff, and then life beats the shit out of you by the time you get home in 48 hours. And
Yeah.
I'm not doing that this time.
I agree. And here's the problem that happens when you don't do that, what you block out that time to focus on
Right.
stuff. Because
Right.
here, some days I have like a 10:30 meeting or appointment that I couldn't get out of,
Yeah, like
right?
the
So
one with me yesterday.
yeah, like Jim calling me up at 10:30. Said, "What do you want? I'm busy." No. Um the what happens is at 9 o'clock, when I have the opportunity to, okay, let's finish this project. I'm like, well, I only have an hour to do it. It's probably going to take me 2 or 3 to finish. Why even get started? Right. Because I got to interrupt myself in an hour and a half. Right.
Right.
So sometimes that is why I block out that time. Otherwise, it's,
I
unless
think
it's going to be a piecemeal way of dealing with a long term project, it, it doesn't always work.
so.
So anyway,
The other thing that I've noticed, and maybe you noticed this as well, and this would be a great thing in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. Um, a lot of times, though, momentum builds momentum,
oh, absolutely.
and when hey, it's like strategically, I know, like Nancy's waiting on an article from me, so I know I got to get the article done. The article's it's going to get done today. Okay. And so it gets scheduled into the calendar. But when you have the time to get some stuff done, one of two things is going to happen. You're either never going to do it because you're always pushing it off, or hey, during this time I've got to get this done, and your subconscious mind cooks on it. I call it the subconscious crock pot cooking. I know you
Oh,
call it
I,
back burner or whatever,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
and you're shocked at actually how fast you can get something done.
Yes.
And so, like this morning, and I'm not going to give away too many details about it, but I had an idea while I was in Aruba for something that I think is going to dramatically change copying content and the results that people are going to get. And I cooked on it for a couple days. I said, okay, I know I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And this morning at 5 o'clock, I was sitting at my computer typing everything up and getting it. And then mentally, I just kind of readjusted everything and said, okay, I got to get these 20 emails out. I got to do this thing. So I'm just gonna push my workout back, till I finished working out at like 9. So I worked out from 7:15 to 9 o'clock,
Damn. Nice.
or 7:30 to 9 o'clock, whatever it was. But because I know how the parts work, it was very seamless. And I was able to get this thing out and get these invitations sent out to some people and some other things for something special that we're going to be doing. And when the other thing is, and this has been the big theme this year, and it's going to be the theme forever now, do half as much twice as well. And I've been trying to do too much. And so you do twice as much, half as well isn't nearly as good as doing half as much twice as well.
That's a good point.
And I saw, it's funny, I saw a meme. See if I can pull it up real quick. That I was like, oh my God. Um, and it was, you don't improve your life by doing more. You improve it by doing less of what doesn't matter. Yeah.
Damn.
I thought that was really good.
Damn.
So I thought that was so that's kind of what's going on with me right now is instead of saying, okay, how can we make like 8,000 genies? How can we make some genies that make just a huge difference in people's lives? So and how can I make it so it's just like holy crap? So give you an example, and then I'll do you a quick demo, and I'll show you one of the things that I worked on in the Juan Valdez Cafe.
Sweet.
Which the ladies down there love me, man. I was like petting their little doggies and just I'm sorry you're going home. I'll see you next year, man. But what's the most important? What is the most important part of any ad, article, or anything
The offer,
before that?
the hook.
Exactly. And so, I can't even tell you, honest to God, dude, I can't even tell you how many books I have on copywriting and headlines and sales letters and offers and advertising and everything. I mean, I've got to have, dude, between reports and I mean, at least let's say 100, okay? And I've read them all, read some of them multiple times, but there's one book in particular. If I was going to tell you there was a single book that has had more of an impact on my life or anybody's advertising and understanding, it is a book by a guy named John Caples called Tested Advertising Methods. It was written, I believe, back in the 20s. The dude is a Naval Academy graduate.
Nice. Go
And
Navy.
he is go Navy, beat Army.
What's the name of the
Um,
book again?
oh, it's called Tested Advertising Methods.
He needs to
And
work on that hook.
bro, it's
just,
from back in the day.
just joking.
So this honest to God though, Steve, this book has influenced more people on advertising and headlines specifically. I mean, the dude basically the whole book's about headlines.
Yeah.
Because even then, like the headline was the thing. So again, I can't even tell you how many times I've referenced that book. Most recently, it's been while in my little sweat box downstairs at 135 degrees. It's called a sauna, and I've been sitting there reading it, sweating on it, going through it again. And when I was walking down the beach in Aruba, I said, dude, if I could take that book and turn that book into a genie, how flippin' cool would that be? And if I could take that book, turn it into a genie, and hook the easy button to it, how cool would that be? And
Yes.
then so I mean, this is the kind of thing that I, working on. So I did it. And when I did it, I was like, I mean, it took me a while. Um, and when I got it done, I wandered over into the Alhambra Casino and told Terry, I said, I just did something really cool. And I told her, and she said, "That's nice." No, she said it was cool. But do you want to see it? Because it's like the headline's the most important thing ever. And
It
if I
is.
could take the most important stuff from this guy's book and turn it into a genie, because basically what he teaches is that there are 7 different primary types of headlines. It goes into a whole bunch more, but the gist of it is there's 7 main categories of headlines that you need to be able to generate so that you can test them. Okay. So do you want to see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, whether you want to or not, I'm going to show it to you. So let's see. Allow StreamYard to select the screen. Oh, crap. Yep. That's the good one. All right. Allow. Praise God. Okay. So the cool thing is that you can load your avatar and you can load your offer on this. All right. And you're like, oh my God, I got to fill that whole thing out. Calm down, Skippy. We're going to write some headlines, Stu, for your new mental toughness course.
Using the
Okay,
easy button.
that's right. So, hopefully this check, 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 check. Yes, it worked. Okay, so I'm gonna say what I know, and then you're gonna tell me anything else I should add. Okay.
Okay. Remember,
Okay. What?
unbreakable mindset,
Okay.
the key to mental and physical toughness.
Unbreakable mindset. The key to
Mental and physical toughness.
mental and physical toughness. My name is Stu Smith. I'm a former Navy SEAL, and I teach people how to qualify for and pass some of the most rigorous military training in the world. I have a course called Unbreakable Mindset, the key to mental and physical toughness, that helps people to prepare themselves mentally to meet any physical or other challenge. The reason why they should buy this masterclass now is because it is the magical missing ingredient that determines success or failure in any aspect of life. Plus, I'm running a special right now. All right, so I'm going to click the easy button, and it's going to fill out the goodies, which I don't want to minimize, but I mean, instead of you having to take 20 minutes to go fill out the form, you can go through here. This former military or aspiring military personnel. Do you want to change that to like first responders and
Yeah, it's
military?
really anybody, but um, yeah, just people working hard to achieve a goal.
Okay. Okay. Um, is a person. Well, and then I'm not really going to change anything else
That's
because
fine.
I don't think it's really going to matter all that much on that.
Right.
Physically, want to be a physically, mentally tough person. Focus, mental preparation for physical or psychological challenges. Develop a strength. Okay, so I'm just gonna let's see. Unbreakable Mindset Masterclass online
Hmm.
course. How fast can you deliver results? Couple hours.
Yes.
All right. Reason Act Now exclusive content, personalized coaching. Nah, you get the mindset you need to succeed at anything you want to achieve. Okay, so a couple minutes on that. Stu's like, if these are good, um, uh, hit refresh. Unbreakable mental toughness. I didn't spell it right. Doesn't matter. Okay,
Okay.
so now the cool thing is that there are, again, the 7 headlines.
Mm.
And so the first wish is 7 quick hit headlines, which is basically it's going to generate one of each.
Mm.
So, direct headline: unlock the secret to an unbreakable mindset in just 2 hours. What if you could face any challenge with unwavering confidence? Introducing the Unbreakable Mindset Masterclass. Transform your mental toughness today. Are you ready to break through your mental barriers and achieve your goals? Discover 7 proven steps to build mental resilience and conquer any challenge. Why you need the Unbreakable Mindset Masterclass: 3 ways that will transform your life. And take control now. Start your journey to unstoppable confidence today. So, the 7 main types of headlines that he really stresses in that book are direct, indirect, news, question, how to, reason why, and command.
Mm.
So there's got to be at least one on there that you like. Um, Personally, I think this would make a great title for an article. And this right here, I think could be a great headline to go on a one time offer page.
Okay.
Now, we won't get into what each type is because I'm going to do a master class on that in the not too distant future. So I'm going to
Okay.
teach you about each one. But the indirect one is, in my opinion, kind of the one you would think about for content or social media or something like that. But unlock the surprising secret that transforms uncertainty into unstoppable confidence. Discover what high achievers know about conquering the mental barriers that hold you back. Imagine effortlessly tackling any challenge with a mindset that defies all limits. Now,
Mm.
here's the thing that I want you to think about. If you were using those headlines, let's say you were offering that one time offer, you were offering that unbreakable mindset as a one time offer for one
Right.
of your books, you would just tie the headline to the topic of the book that you just did the one time offer. I mean, that they just bought or whatever they
Mm-hmm.
just bought, develop unbreakable mental toughness to make it through buds. Everything else in that sales letter could be the frickin' same. All
Yeah.
you got to do is just change that headline.
Yeah.
But anyway, this, if you need headlines, I mean, it's pretty
And then you
cool.
test them. Test them.
And then you test them. Yeah. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'll be teaching a master class on this in the not too distant future, and I think people are going to be able to get some really good use out of this. So anyway, that was one of the things that I worked on. If you're a CopyandContent.AI member, which you all should be, let me know if you'd be excited to play with that. Cool thing. So, what else did I do? Well, I totally revamped one of the main genies. I'm not going to tell you which one, but I did so much to it that we had to upgrade the entire system. That we will be doing that at 3 o'clock today. We
Hmm.
literally had to change the underlying software to do what I wanted to do.
Oh, dang.
And the third thing that I did was one of the things that people have been asking for a while, but I just couldn't figure out the way to do it is, oh, thanks, C Ray. Um, is basically how to do a sales presentation and have it automatically put together a sales presentation for you. Not just a presentation, but a presentation around making sales. And there's a very specific way. So typically a sales or a teaching presentation is pretty much, you know, what to and how to. A little bit of why to. But a sales presentation typically is what to and why to. But it's done in a very specific way to break down people's beliefs and replace them with other beliefs so that they want to buy whatever it is you have to sell. So I got it done. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I showed it to you, and you were like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
Um, and so probably are going to roll that out in the next couple of months. To the point that I need to rearrange kind of the training schedule that we had laid out for the year because we weren't going to do sales presentations until later, but I think that this is important enough that we need to do that again. So, those of you that are already members, you'll find out about that. If you're not a member yet, you should be. So anyway,
Tell me this, Jim. How are you planning on teaching the sales presentation? Is this like a one pager that someone can read? Is it a presentation that you give at a board meeting, or is it like an elevator speech that you got like 3 minutes to do?
so the interesting thing, I'll just answer out and say yes,
Oh,
because one of the things that you need to understand with a sales presentation is that how much you give or how much you don't give is going to be based on how much time you have. But a sales presentation is a sales presentation, whether it's 30 seconds, 3 minutes,
right.
30 minutes, or an hour. And ultimately, what you're trying to do in a sales presentation is to sell somebody on an idea so that it makes them want to spend money to buy something. If you really think about a sales presentation, that's what it is. You got to sell somebody on an idea that makes them want to spend money on something now,
Yeah.
as
I mean, how
opposed
many
to
how many
waiting.
times have you seen something that you just said, "Take my money"?
Oh, I'm wearing it.
Yeah, it's just like a few things that, and then
Right,
every time I get that "take my money now," I try to go and reverse engineer that and
right,
say, "Why did I do this?"
right.
Right? It was because of boom, 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 boom. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, and
That'd be
and
cool to learn all that too.
and interestingly enough, it has very little to do with logic and everything to do with emotion. But what
Mhm.
happens is logic gets in the way of releasing the emotion.
Yes.
And so the way that you can remove the faulty logic and release the emotion is a combination of addressing people's objections and also with storytelling. So
Yeah.
that's always been the key. And people have written huge books on it. I've made software to do it in the past. Did something with Russell Brunson on the perfect webinar, some other stuff that is good. But when you see this, you're going to be like, holy crap. So that's exciting. So that's what we got. I didn't really see any questions or anything. I know this wasn't, I mean, hopefully, those of you that are part of copying content are looking at that ad headlines, Jeannie going, holy crap, when's it going to release that? And I'll let you know. I may release it next week when we do
Sweet.
the How to Double Your Sales Masterclass, because that is part of How to Double Your Sales. I may do that. So,
Ready.
well, the other thing we got coming up here in about 15 or so minutes is we got Genie hacking today, Stu.
Sweet.
We got Genie hacking, which is where we teach the folks how to do amazing stuff with that. And one of the things that what we're going to be talking about today is hacking the secondary reading path. So how you're able to, and I'm going to explain all what the secondary reading path is and how you can manipulate that. And then we're going to look at a couple of my sales letters, and we're going to look at a couple of Stu's. He didn't know that, and, and we're going to talk about how we can make that even better. So those of you who are elite members of CopyandContent.AI, you should have received an email with the Zoom link for that. So we will see you all at the top of the hour. And Stu, if they're not members of CopyandContent.AI, what should they do?
They should go to CopyandContent.AI and sign up
That's right. And if
and
they're not
join.
in good shape, where should they go?
They can go to Stu Smith Fitness and I will help them.
That's right. StuSmithFitness.com.
.com. Yes.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, we will see you at the top of the hour for Genie Hacking. Those of you that are members, and if you're not, you should be. And keep your eye out for, I think we might have an invitation for people to come to that masterclass next week. So we'll let you know. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.